Yo, what's up guys, Boss here, and I'm back with another YouTube video. This time I'm going to be playing some ladder using what in my opinion is the best miner deck in Clash Royale right now. So you guys have probably seen this miner wall breaker cycle deck a lot the last couple months. It's been pretty popular in the meta. It has a very high skill cap though. It's pretty hard to play, but in my opinion, it's a good deck to use, like if you're looking to improve, you know, in the game, especially with cycle decks, because you have a 2.8 fast cycle. I mean, you have a lot of bait cards. You see, you have the wall breakers, the spear goblins, and the bats. So kind of the idea is to bait out your opponent's small spells, take advantage of them not having a spell and cycle, and then you can punish them with your cards and get a lot of chip damage throughout the match. Miner's a really good card that synergizes well with these bait cards because you can go for miner bats, you can go for miner spear goblins, and the wall breakers, as you guys know, if one of them connects to the tower alone, that's already a lot of damage. If both connects, that's so much. You can also go for knight spear goblins, knight bats, knight wall breakers, miner wall breakers, so lots of different combinations you can do. And bomb tower and knight get so much value on defense. I mean, like bomb tower, as you guys know, really solid against pretty much any Wink Edition. On defense, it gets a lot of value. And then fireball is really nice to have for the pushback and also the splash damage it does. And this is what allows you to have the ability to win against balloon and also just get some good value like against like any kind of swarm cards, or just like it's nice to have for the pushback. Same with the log. If you're against log bait, it's good to have as well. So before we get in the first game, if you guys want to support me, you can use my credit code BOSS. You can use it in any Supercell game. Helps support me, helps support the channel, and I really appreciate all you guys who use my code. It means a lot. So currently at 5,806 trophies right now, 1,600 in the world, nothing crazy. Season just started. I haven't actually been playing a ton of ladder. You guys actually know what I've done recently that has been pretty time consuming, which is another reason why I haven't played too much ladder. Not only because it's the beginning of the season. Beginning of the season, I like to play a lot of, you know, grand challenges anyway. But anyway, what I did is I actually created another account. So as you guys know, I have this account I'm playing on right now, which is my main account. I already have a mini account. It's called YouTube Boss. And then this other account I created, it's actually going to be exclusively for streaming. And the reason why I wanted to create another account is because I take global tournaments pretty seriously. I want to have one account that I use for just like tryharding, which is going to be my main account where I'm not streaming or recording videos, because I play my best when I'm not streaming or recording. And then I want an account for YouTube, which is going to be the mini account I already have, and the one I just made is going to be used for streaming it. And by the way, if you guys are interested in watching my streams, I stream on Twitch about every other day, I would say, on average. My Twitch is boss_CR. I just wanted to shout that out. I realized I should probably shout out my Twitch at least once a week. Probably would be a good idea. Anyway, let's get back in the game here. Looks like this guy, I was thinking he was using Ice Bow, but after we see the Earthquake, I'm actually not too sure what he's using. He might just be using a spell cycle deck with Tesla. A lot of people are actually... This deck is kind of becoming meta, this deck he's using. If he's using what I think he is, which I think is just a spell cycle deck with maybe Earthquake instead of the Expo, and then he has the Rocket still. So it's kind of like Ice Bow, but instead of the Expo, he actually has Earthquake instead of the Expo, so that's pretty interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and fireball this Ice Wizard because I'm 90% sure he doesn't have Expo, so we can be really aggressive. I mean, maybe he does and he just has Earthquake instead of something else, but I kind of doubt it. I don't think he would have Earthquake instead of the Rocket, so I'm just going to assume this is what he has. So let's go pretty aggressive here. I think in this matchup we for sure need to be. And Miner is not going to lock on the tower. It's actually going to take out the Tesla, which is probably not even that bad. I mean, the Tesla is pretty annoying, so I'm glad I get rid of it. Let's see, guys. How are we going to win this? This is going to be a little bit tricky for sure, just because he has a lot of spells. So this is not going to be easy. And he just continues. So we do get a double wall breaker connection. That's pretty nice. I guess we'll just go ahead and play our knight. But he's going to log that, of course. So I'm going to keep up the pressure in the opposite lane with the wall breakers. He's actually going to go ahead and log, so I'm going to go for my spear goblins. And we take the lead, but he's probably going to go for rockets right now. I wouldn't be surprised. So we got to make sure we're keeping up the pressure. We just got to be relentless with our pressure, essentially. I feel like that's the only way we're going to win this. I'm going to fireball this for sure. Good value. We're actually hitting... Oh my gosh, we hit the knight too. One of the bats connects. Oh my gosh, guys. Could we actually win this? That would be pretty crazy if we do. Because I actually think this is not that easy for sure, considering... Oh my gosh, no way. Oh my gosh. I actually have to say wow after that because, wow, like, what more can I say? Like, that's how you use wow. Just, if a game's close like that, it just calls for a wow. I mean, I don't know what more to say. Alright, so we move up to 1200. Let's keep going. That was, again, I don't think that was that good of a matchup, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. I mean... If he had Expo, I think it for sure would have been easier, but man, that was wow. That was pretty insane. I'm gonna fireball the 2 Zappies. A little aggressive, but I think it's fine. We can go for Spear Goblins here. Okay, so after we see Barb Barrel and Spear Goblins, I guess this could be... I was gonna say RG, but this could actually end up being Royal Hogs. I thought maybe he was using Royal Giant Earthquake, but this is looking more like it's going to be... Yeah, potentially Royal Hogs after we see the Flying Machine. So let's just go for a Knight on top of this Fisherman. And then I'm tempted to go Wall Breaker. Yeah, let's go Wall Breakers in the opposite lane. Just because he just played Zappies, this is going to force another response of him. We can ignore that Barb Barrel because he already got a little bit of damage in the other lane, so I'm fine with a 1 hit. I was going to mine her, but let's wait. Just because he was, I think after I played the Spear Goblins, he was up a tiny bit of elixir, so there was no need to be overly aggressive. You guys would think, like, with a cycle deck like this, you would think, like, you always want to be aggressive, but sometimes, you know, there's things such as being a little bit too aggressive, so you want to be making sure that you're applying a lot of pressure, but don't overdo it to the point where you can be punished. That's the most important thing to remember with this deck. You want to pressure, but you be smart with when you pressure, is essentially what I'm getting at, I guess. You can actually activate your King Tower off of the Mega Knight. Now, you got to be careful because if they end up playing stuff behind the Mega Knight, it can occasionally be, you know, hard to do, but... So as you guys can see, we get the King Tower activated pretty easily. That's exactly how you want to do it. So if you don't know how to do that, make sure to memorize basically what I just did. You can also do it with the Spear Goblins. It doesn't have to be with the Wall Breakers, the card that you use to actually aggro the Mega Knight. So let's go Wall Breakers in the opposite lane. He's probably going to go for a Mega Knight on top of this. Oh no, he's actually going to go Zappies. Okay, wasn't expecting that. 1 connects. We can go for a log here. And I'm going to fireball that. The Flying Machine's annoying, and oh my gosh, he just played the... Okay, he just kind of messed up a little bit. We have some split lane pressure here. This is great. He should be able to, yeah, stop those because he had the Electro Spirit and the Barb Barrel cycle. So even though he's got a decent amount of damage in the left lane, I'm not worried at all because we have the King Tower activated, and overall I would say we for sure have the advantage in this situation. Mostly due to the fact that we got the King Tower activated. But even not just that, just because we have Bomb Tower for the Royal Hogs, and overall, this is for sure a good matchup for us. So as long as I play good the rest of this game, we should be fine. I'm going to split the Wall Breakers. This is annoying for him. Split lane pressure is always really good to do with this deck because it's very annoying for your opponent, especially when they're running a heavy deck. It's really hard for them to keep up with your split lane pressure. So it's perfectly fine to have a lot of damage in one lane and a lot of damage in the opposite lane. That's called, you know, dual damage or split damage. That's perfectly fine with a deck like this because you don't want to be playing everything into the same lane in lots of matchups. In some matchups, it's okay to do that, but in something like this, where you're against a heavier deck, you need to do this a lot. So we can actually go for a Knight to pressure here, and then we can go for wall breakers behind it, pre-place the bomb tower. That way we can cycle back to another one. Pre-placing bomb towers is a pretty important tip with this deck. You need to do that a lot. That way you can make sure that you cycle back to another one by the time that they end up, you know, the one that you already played dies, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So we need to go for one again right now. It looks like he actually caught our miner, so we're unable to just... I was thinking we could just fireball log the tower, but we can't quite do that yet. So we just need to cycle back to fireball now, yeah, because the miner gets a connection. So that's going to be GG. I feel like I've been talking really fast this video. I feel like when I'm using a fast cycle deck, I talk faster than usual sometimes because there's just a lot going on. It's hard to keep up with everything when I'm playing and also commentating. It's not easy sometimes. But I guess we're making it work. So almost in the top 1,000. Let's keep going. Alright, found our next game versus Dark God. We'll give this guy the good luck. And see if he wants to do anything. I mean, even though we have a cycle deck, I sometimes see some really good minor wall breaker players. They'll wait maybe like 1 second just to see if their opponent wants to do anything first. And then if they don't do anything, obviously they'll make the first play. But it never hurts, even with a cycle deck, to wait just like half a second to see if your opponent wants to start the game off. It's just, again, another like small tip that you guys might not think of. But so this could potentially be a mirror match. Well, this should be pretty fun. Hopefully I can win it to show you guys how you want to be playing a mirror match. So I'll do my best here. Mirror matches are pretty intense, and you have to keep track of cycles, so I might not talk as much this game, because I really need to make sure I'm keeping track of cycle. But in this matchup, your bats are kind of like going to be your key card, even though they have bats as well. Personally, I think the person who gets the most value out of their bats is usually the person who wins. And if all possible, try avoiding going in for bomb towers on wall breakers, because that's a 4-for-2 trade. So if you're not getting any other value out of it, it's usually something you want to try to avoid. Fireball on top of that, perfectly fine. And he's going to have to go for bomb tower. So again, that's fine because he had to overcommit, I guess. I kind of had to overcommit too, but yeah, I guess it's fine. Because I had to fireball a miner, but my cycle kind of forced me to do that. So I'm going to go miner here. He's going to go for spear goblins. We want to log those. This is going to make the bats, I guess, kill his, and we also get some tower chips, so that's pretty good for us. Because he went for a miner too, it's okay to play bomb tower. I wouldn't go for a bomb tower. So this is a good tip. If you're in a mirror match, I wouldn't go for a bomb tower by itself. I guess on, if wall breakers are by themselves, I wouldn't go for a bomb tower. But if they end up going in for... Nice, we caught his miner. But if they go for a miner with it, then it's okay because it's a 4-for-5 trade if you think about it. Alright, so let's go for... Ooh, I'm very tempted to... Yeah, that's a fireball. Look at that. So yeah, bomb tower's fine because he actually went in for a miner as well. Good fireball on his end. I had a good fireball myself, but he ended up getting a really nice one as well. So I'm going to let that be. I'm not going to commit any other elixir. Nice. He had to overcommit. That knight felt like an overcommitment in my opinion. He's going to go for a fireball. Really bad fireball. I think he was trying to predict bats or something. So now we're going to do our best to take advantage of him doing that, and hopefully we can get some nice chip on his tower. Yeah, this is a very, very close game, so I'm actually going to go ahead and fireball the miner as well as the wall breakers, and yeah, this game is really close. As of right now, we are losing, so we got to be careful. Good wall breakers. That, yeah, does force a bomb tower out of him. And let's see what happens here. So I'm going to go for a miner. I might fireball, depending on what he does. No, I don't think I'm going to. Cycle our wall breakers in the back. I'm going to go for a miner again. Oh, wow. Interesting miner on his end. I'm going to go ahead and fireball. Mostly because at this point I just need the damage, I feel like. He's going to fireball absolutely nothing. So... GG, we lost. Yeah, really close though. Yeah, so that, I mean, that's interesting. I mean, good game still, like, even though we lost, it was close, but yeah, I mean, mirror matches are kind of weird. I would say though, with this deck, usually the person who wins the mirror match did play it better. In other mirror matches like Golem and Lava Hound, it can sometimes be based off cycle, but in this case, I could say, yeah, he probably played it better because he won, and we're both using a really fast cycle deck. So, you know, definitely well played to him. I don't, to be honest with you guys, entirely know what I should have done differently. I mean, we maybe just got a little unlucky, even though I could say, like, he played a little better. I mean, if you saw how close the game was, I think his tower had, like, 64 HP or something like that, so... It was, I mean, an extremely close game. Like, it was very close. It really came down to the wire. But, I mean, in the end, he ended up winning. And I'm not entirely sure what the reasoning was for him, you know, barely winning by a little bit instead of me winning and getting slightly more of that damage I needed. Maybe it was because he was cycling more fireballs than I was. I could have potentially cycled more fireballs on his tower. Maybe that was what the correct play would have been, because I remember when I was saying he was cycling a lot of fireballs and I thought it was a little aggressive, but it turns out it ended up getting him a lot of chip damage. So maybe that's then what I should have done. But in late night, by the way, so we're in another mirror match here, so we got a chance to redeem ourselves, which is great because I kind of do want to get a little bit of redemption after losing the last one, because it was so close, you know. And this one's a great start to us, for us. And you know, I have to say, in the last game, I felt like I didn't make many mistakes, but and I barely lost. This guy's making some noticeable mistakes, and this is why he's already falling way behind in damage. Like that bomb tower, very, very a huge overextension on of elixir on defense. And he's been, I don't know, just just a couple like micro mistakes, I guess you could say. Nothing major, but I was kind of busy talking, so I don't remember everything. But the bottom line is he's definitely not playing as well as the last guy did. That's, I guess, the best way to put it. So very interesting that he's going to choose to ignore that miner. You can see his cycle's pretty much messed up. He had to actually completely ignore a miner, which is not usually something you want to do. So split lane pressure, I'm going to be going in for, you know, dual lane pressure. I think that's pretty important to do. It's very, I think, like in the last mirror match, I didn't do that very much. I could have done that a little more. That would have been maybe helpful and maybe allowed us to come back, because dual lane pressure in mirror matches just makes things very awkward for your opponent, and you can catch them off guard because they just aren't expecting it. But yeah, this guy's making a lot of mistakes. I feel like this guy's just reaction time isn't that good, or he just hasn't been having good reaction time this match compared to the other guy. And also just a lot of, just again, like small mistakes, and I think like he's being a little bit too aggressive when he shouldn't be. And then when he should be aggressive, he's not being aggressive. I guess that's the best way to put it. But really nicely played on our end so far. Bottom tower, perfectly fine if you're getting more value than just wall breakers. In this case, we have the knight there as well. So perfectly fine with that. And all we need to do is get a little bit more damage, and then I can just freely cycle fireballs. At this point, I might even just go for a miner and fireball. If he plays, yes, anything really, and then log his, yeah, I didn't have enough elixir to play a bomb tower, so those wall breakers were actually well played on his part, but it doesn't even matter because I just have to fireball his tower, and I knew I could eat all of that wall breaker damage because my tower still had a lot of health. So GG, I think that guy definitely yeah, like made way more mistakes than the other guy did. So I'm glad we got redemption though. I mean, he did have poison. Not really sure if that makes too much of a difference, to be honest, because poison does one-tick bats and does good versus spear goblins. But yeah, so I think I might have played this one a little bit better too. And again, this one was super close, and he played it really well and probably a little better than I did. So let's go for 1 or 2 more games and see if we can, yeah, keep climbing up a little bit. So we'll wait just half a second. If he doesn't, all right, we'll just go wall breakers. It's a 2 for 3 trade, and we take out the tombstone. It's not bad to do that. A lot of people go for wall breakers to take out things such as you know, tombstones, goblin cages, or barbarian huts. It's very useful to do that. Okay, let's see. I guess I'm gonna go for a miner. That's actually kind of annoying. The Inferno Drag isn't... I'm gonna... He might zap, so I'm gonna... Oh, he goes... Oh my god, he just activated the King Tower. What the heck? Okay, yeah, those arrows were really bad. So, does he not even have zap? Oh my gosh, guys, he really messed up there. I should have, to be honest, though, I should have gone for a miner with those bats, but... Yeah, I got a little distracted because I was really surprised that he activated the King Tower. I can go wall breakers knowing that his tombstone's out of cycle. I could have maybe... Oh, I'm glad I didn't go for prediction fireball because I thought there was a chance that he would have dropped like barbarians or something, but he decided not to. So I'm for sure glad that I didn't do that. I guess we'll go knight knowing that he's probably going to go baby dragon on these or try to, but it looks like he's not. So we're going to go for a bomb tower here. And then try to get a nice fireball off here when this lava hound ends up bursting. We can pressure with wall breakers at the same time. Alright, let's go for a fireball. Baby dragon does go down. Good distraction on the Inferno Drag. Okay, so really, I guess, decent defense. I can't say it was perfect because we took you know, quite a bit of damage still, but in that situation, not bad at all, in my opinion. So I'm applying a little bit of pressure here. Hopefully we can end up forcing a lot of elixir out of him. Maybe not taking the tower because he's probably going to tombstone. Wow. He's going to give up the tower. Really surprising in my opinion. I know a tombstone is, you know, a 3-4, you know, 2 trade. But if I were him, I still would have probably done that just because it would have forced more elixir out of us. He's going to go for a lightning. So I'm going to go ahead and... Okay, nice. We catch that. I guess we'll go for a fireball here. And then hopefully we can get bats down. Yeah, nice. So that time around, I would say that was perfect defense. Look at that. The only damage he got was from a lightning. So that was a good game. I'll take it. I honestly think this isn't even that good of a matchup. I feel like Lava Hound is one of the harder matchups for minor wall breakers. Of course, he didn't have the balloon, but... Still, I mean, Lava Hound in general is not an easy matchup. So I'm going to go ahead and play, I think, one more game, and then that'll be it for the video. So, yeah, I mean, you know, I like playing these kinds of decks. They're really fun to play, these cycle decks. I feel like I'm best with, like, medium cost decks. It's, you know, some people are like beatdown players, some people are cycle players. I'm kind of like in the middle. I run like, you know, like medium cost decks. Those are kind of like my best decks, but it's always fun to like improve with cycle and get better with them. But yeah, like, I wouldn't really say I'm a beatdown player because beatdown is like Golem, and I wouldn't really say I'm that good with Golem, and like Lava Loon, definitely I could use some work too. So I'd kind of say I'm kind of like in the middle, you know, like giant RG. But cycle is definitely something in 2021. That's one of my main goals. I would really like to improve with cycle decks because I think they're fun to play, and just, you know, I think it would be really cool to improve with cycle. So that's why it's one of my goals. I'm gonna just log the 2 zappies. I don't really want to... I mean, even though I got more damage on the left lane, why would I want to log just 1. It makes sense to log the 2. This should be a, you know, I don't want to jinx it, but this should be a really good matchup for me because I have, oh, nice. I'm so glad I waited to fireball. I was going to fireball the flying machine in the tower, but I might as well take that. That's more value. I'm actually hitting the Goblin Brawler. So what I was going to say is this should be a really good matchup for me because I have Fireball, which I'm most likely always going to use on his Flying Machine unless he has that out of cycle. I got Bomb Tower for the Royal Hogs. I have Log for the Recruits. And this is just a pretty, just good matchup for me. I wouldn't say I completely like hard counter him and there's just no chance he wins, but I guess what I'm trying to say is if I play well, there's really no reason that I should lose. But really, it comes down to me making a lot of mistakes in order for him to, I guess, have a shot at winning. So we can just go for a fireball on the Flying Machine. Definitely the best thing to fireball in this matchup. I don't think there's anything else that just is more obnoxious than the Flying Machine. I mean, of course, the Zappies, but Log and Bomb Tower does quite good against those, so there's really no problem there. So we'll see what he wants to do here. Kind of waiting for that Electro Spirit to connect before I... was gonna fireball that, but I decided it probably wouldn't be the best idea. Okay, nice. Very good log value for us. And because he went for the Electro Spirit in that lane, I can actually go ahead and play Bats. We can miner the 1 Zappy again, and then I'm going to go ahead and play Wall Breakers once the recruits end up dying. Cycle our Knight in the back. And yeah, this is going really well for us. As long as we keep controlling this game and we're not too aggressive and we just stay patient, I think we should most likely be fine. The only thing we have to watch out for is, I think in triple elixir, things could get a little dicey just because he's just able to stack things kind of like crazy. So we for sure got to watch out for that. But, I mean, I don't know. We got the lead as of right now. And I'm tempted to... I'm going to go ahead and fireball this time. Because we're in triple elixir, I think that kind of opens us up to be a little bit more aggressive. And we can actually fireball things instead of flying machines because we just need to get damage and make sure that we maintain our lead. And if I'm playing too defensively, like if I'm only using fireballs on defense, then that's going to just end up being a problem eventually. But we seem to be fine as of right now. Oh wow, he actually got a very valuable fireball there. He ended up hitting both of our bomb towers, but we still defend really nicely. We got a good lead at this point, and we're just 1 card away from Bomb Tower, so hopefully we can end up, you know, not getting overwhelmed. He's going to go ahead and give us a free Fireball. We're going to take that because we have Bomb Tower down for the Royal Hogs, so I'm not really worried at all there. And unless he takes our tower right here, we should be completely fine. Fireball is going to come in. Not going to take the tower, but just... Oh, actually, we do take the tower. So that's going to be GG. That's actually, yeah, as I said, good matchup for me. He honestly played it pretty well, and his Electro Spirit was also, you know, level 11. So pretty low level Electro Spirit, but it actually means I can't activate the King Tower off of it. So it's actually, you know, it's not horrible to use an under-leveled Electro Spirit. It's probably one of the best cards to use under-leveled. Like a level 12 Electro Spirit's perfectly viable. Osama actually finished... with that exact deck, 20th in the world, with a level 12 Electro Spirit. He actually has it on his profile. But anyway, that's going to be it for the video. We climbed up a lot. I only lost 1 game, new season highest. As I said, haven't been playing too much ladder. I actually started a new account. I've been playing that a lot, trying to level it up, get the cards to tournament standard before this next global tournament starts. So I have 3 accounts I can use, a tryhard account, 1 for YouTube videos, and then 1 exclusively for streaming. So that's going to be it for the video. Make sure to like the video if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if not subscribed already. And thanks again. Until next time, guys.